Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Kate. Hello, French fry taco. Hi, Allison. Good morning, Rosa. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Jules. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Jessica. Oh my God. Well, thank you. I have quite a day ahead of me today. Um, with that in mind, I have to limit our time together for exactly 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to remember that. You know how I get kind of carried away. Oh no. Allison says she's sweaty. The air conditioner broke yesterday. That's not okay. Mm, mm, not okay. Hi, Ricky. Hi, Becky. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Denise. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Benathon. Yeah, I'm wearing this sweater because I just want to, but it is not sweater weather today by any means. But the sun isn't blazing, so there's that. Hi, Jennifer. All right. Well, how's everybody feeling? Should we do our quick check-in? Um, from 1 to 10, with 1 being low energy and 10 being very high energy. How is your energy this morning? Feel free to elaborate, but 1 through 10, where are we at? I'm seeing 7s and 2s and 6s. All right, Ricky's an 8, 3, low 2 or 3. It's kind of a ride with the energy right now, huh? Like, I don't know, man. It's been a time. Good morning, Ashley. 4, feeling confused and frustrated. Me too, a little bit, honestly. Yeah, it's an interesting it's interesting. It's an interesting time. Let me just go ahead and get rid of this lady here. Gonna manage. Okay, here we go. All right. Well, I'm gonna get to the card pulls quicker than I normally do, because I gotta be out of here at 9. But we are in between 2 growth spirals. I made a TikTok yesterday because Jen brought it to my attention. So thank you, Jen. She's not watching, but um, back in February, we had our 222 portal. Hi, Susan. We had our 222 portal channeling, and during that channeling, there were 3 dates pulled out. 2 of them have already passed. I think one was like in March, one was in April, but then the last one was the 28th of August. And what was written there in the notes is that we would be between 2 growth spirals. We have to stay in the present moment to create our magic, and not to get taken like for a ride by illusions. Okay, so that's kind of where we are, and the way I'm feeling it anyway does make sense that we're in between 2 spirals, because it's a weird space, and the emotions that come with it are strange, the highs and the lows are strange, and this Virgo energy is really serious about reorganizing everything. And so it's been kind of a ride to be there with it, you know? So, how is that feeling for you guys? Are you feeling like that reorganization of energies for the past few days? And do you also resonate with that idea of being between 2 growth spirals? Meaning that you're exiting one phase of your life basically and about to enter the next, but you're not there yet. You're in the middle place where it's really hard to sink into, you know? Devin says, I've been releasing deep old stuff all week. Susan says, yes. Feeling like a mess. I'm in limbo. Yeah, limbo is a good word for it, honestly. Um, so that's kind of where we're at. And I'm glad that we're here together, because it's a lot. And I find like, I feel like I'm just riding a wave that I don't enjoy. But I'm gonna keep riding it because I know that the only way out is absolutely through. And I also know that there cannot be a rushing to this. Like, even though you're like, I just want to get through this and like get to the other place, um, there's a lot to be learned and like a lot that needs to come through and integrated in the uncomfortable spaces. So if you are in the uncomfortable space, you're not alone, but there is a reason for it. Ricky says, yes, deep and powerful conversations coming to the surface. Yes. Allison says, oh, thank you, Jenny. I know I can only control myself, but trying desperately to get change in others. Yeah, I mean, we've met. Also some good news is, and I'm gonna get to the card pulls right after I tell you this, is like like most of you know, if you've been here for a minute, I've been taking a break from creating and from putting out like newer content. And no, I have stopped all one-on-ones, and I stopped workshops and everything. I did a live event at Ricky's a week or so ago, and that was like the one thing I was doing because I just am so burnt out. But I've got it's like when I stop, then all the ideas come through and they're like driving me crazy in dream space. So I would not be surprised if in the next month or so you see something coming through because I've got so many ideas for like workshops and stuff, mm, and maybe some more in-person stuff as well. So make sure that you are signed up for my newsletter. I say newsletter. I don't really have a newsletter. It's more of like a list I can email you from, and I do so sporadically with no consistency or even consistency of like format. So it is what it is, but that's the best way. Like if I have stuff coming up, I'll send you an email through that, and then you'll know. So that's the best way to make sure you get what's happening when it's happening. So you can find the link for that in my profile just to get on the email list. And if you're just finding me on TikTok, and I think you should follow me on Instagram because it's easier to find stuff. All right, let's get to it because we got to roll. We are doing sensory card pulls. If you're new, that means I'm going to pull from this deck. You cannot ask questions for this particular thing, but hold any energies you want in your own space. Like if you have a question that you want an answer to, hold that and allow the cards to give you some illumination. I'm going to give you three things. You pick what feels most resonant to you, and we'll go with that. All right. So okay, we're doing fabrics today. So the first one is silk. The second one is muslin. And the third is velvet. So silk, muslin, or velvet. What are you feeling this morning? Just kind of go with it. Whichever one piqued your interest, go with that one. Silk, muslin, or velvet. And I will shuffle this, and you drop it in there. Hi, beautiful. Would you date a Taurus? I probably I don't know. I probably would, honestly. I like Tauruses. Naps and snacks, baby. But my dating card is full. Thank you so much. All right. Silk, muslin, or velvet? French fried tacos, picking all three. What is feeling resonant with you? You are obviously allowed to make a combination, make a little quilt of these different textures, these fabrics. All right. So if you're just joining us, we're about to do the card pulls. You're choosing from silk, muslin, or velvet. Which one feels most resonant with you? Ooh, okay. All right, here we go. We're off to the races. The first one is silk. Tell me when you're ready. Silk, muslin, velvet. Which one are you feeling? Good morning. That's right. You guys like the hair? It's a fresh shave right there. It's like Velcro. All right, here we go. So your first one is your silk. Again, you're choosing from silk, muslin, or velvet. It's 3 separate pulls. Ready? Okay. All right. Ready? Okay. Okay, so here's the frog. Here's protection. And here's the water fairy. All right, let's get to this story because this is a thing. This feels like a thing. All right, so here's the deal. When the frog comes up, we used to get this all the time. Remember when the frog was always coming up? Frog is all about clearing out the clutter, and Virgo is very much all about clearing out the clutter. So this is no surprise. I know a lot of you, including myself, have been cleaning, like what the hell is going on? Just cleaning. I can't stop mopping my kitchen floor. I cannot get clean enough, and that is not me. Cleaning and clearing, organizing. Because cleaning your space of living is honestly a metaphor for cleaning up the rest of your life, right? Sometimes we clean physical items because we can't seem to touch the emotional ones. But the frog is coming through to remind you to remove things that are collecting energy. Okay. So if you think about anything you have in your home, right? Any object that you have in your home is going to be taking up a space and is going to be collecting stagnant energy. So you do want to every once in a while take stock of like what's in your home collecting stagnant energy. Do you really want it there, right? Go through and ask yourself, does this serve me anymore, and is this aligned with the person I currently am? Or is this object, is this thing, is this decoration, whatever it is it reminding me of a me who I no longer am? And is it like a touchstone back into an energy that I'm trying kind of desperately to not be involved in, right? So we have that. Then we have the water fairy, and the water fairy is all about your emotions and your feelings. Same thing. So with those two together, with all that water energy, yes, you're cleaning physical things, absolutely decluttering, but a lot of this is inside of you. A lot of this are a lot of your emotions are coming up to the surface, and they're asking to be seen and then like swept away. Okay. So allow yourself to purge what needs purged, and give yourself the space and the kindness to hold that space, right? For you to let this stuff go, right? Now you also have protection, and I cannot stress this enough. We've talked about this so many times. Protection from a place of fear is no longer helpful for you. When this card comes up, this is your boundaries. This is giving people access to your energy. People have to earn access to your energy, friends. All right? You are not a free for all. You are not a buffet. You are not a smorgasbord. All right? Protection means I love myself enough to put up a boundary, and you don't get to come and take my energy unless I've given you express permission. And unless, in addition to, if I'm giving you energy, you better be giving me energy back. Okay. Circuits all around. So protection is not from a place of fear, but it's boundaries, especially while you're doing such intense emotional clearing out. You can't be around people who give you more emotional issues while you're doing this, because it's going to not be a helpful situation. It's just like kind of like digging in quicksand. You know what I mean? So that is your silk message for this morning. All right. Hello, friends. Next up is muslin, and after that we have velvet. All right. I hope that resonated with you. All right, we're shuffling now for muslin. So if you're just joining, it's muslin and velvet are the next ones. And, if you're just joining, recap of the first one, lots of emotional purging and keep your boundaries. All right, let's do this. Oh my God. Okay. Here comes muslin. Grail Knight. Communication. Burden. All right, we'll start with this one first. And if you can't tell, I'm getting irritated with the cards, but it's fine. So, the Grail Knight. Today, the Grail Knight is talking about illusions. And it's the same card that came up in February for the 222 when we had the 828 situation. You're like, what? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just know that this is a thing. The Grail Knight is talking about seeking the sacred, seeking an illusion, going out on a quest for this like lofty purpose to find this thing. You don't even know what it is, but it's going to consume your whole life and you're going to be searching for it. When the actual living of your life, the adventure, is then the journey towards some unknown object, right? That's going to be the pinnacle of your existence. We all do this. This is a trope that we are super invested in. Like the dangling carrot. Everything is always greener. There's always somewhere we have to be. And this reminds me of, something that I've been thinking about. It's like when someone says like, well, I can see a future with you. I want a future with you. And I have to ask myself that, I mean, that's wonderful, but I have to ask myself, do you also see a present? Are you able to have a present with me? Are you able to be present in your life in this moment without constantly robbing yourself of the present moment because you're so focused on what everything can be in the future? Those are projections. It causes a lot of anxiety and a lot of lost magic because you can only create in the present moment. So then you have communication and burden. And here's these two are together today, throat chakra, because there's a lot that you've got to say that you are, like, it's almost like you don't even know how to find the right words. And like maybe you've been trying and it just feels like your communication is just not getting where it needs to go. It's like you feel what you're feeling, but then like the words that come out do not shape right around it, and like nobody understands what you mean. And it's very frustrating. And that feels heavy for you right now. And unfortunately, it's the energy. And so it's not an indication that you're like not doing a good job of communicating. Things just need to integrate a little bit more. So go inward where you can and see how much you can communicate in ways that are less reactive. Does that make sense? Because for some people, having a straightforward conversation is very good and easy and whatever. But for other people, writing a letter is going to be much better because you simply cannot handle the back and forth energy that happens in a live discourse when it's something so big for you, something that has so much emotion wrapped up in it. So find the tool and the method that works best for you to communicate your feelings in a way that allows you to stay in that level space, right? Whatever it is you need to do. A letter, a text message, a voice message, even like don't feel like you have to do everything in person and looking someone straight in the eyes, because that's part of the reason why you may not be fully communicating what you need to communicate, because you think you have to do it a specific way. The specific way for you is the one that gets a fucking point across with like the least amount of stress. So let go of that and just communicate in the way that works for you. Okay. So there's that. There's your muslin. If the person you need to talk to is not listening or hearing you, then you don't need to talk to them. They have decided that they're not receiving. So in that case, if there's something that you just need to get out, what I usually do is I write a letter and then I burn it and I let it go off into the universe and then I move on, theoretically. All right, last one is velvet. Oh my God, Nicole just had a hummingbird come right up to my face and sit there and look at me while you were telling us this card, and I chose this. How amazing. Wow, I love that, Nicole. All right, last one. Carrie, you just joined, so this one's for you. It's going to be velvet. Nicole, I think we know who that was. Hi, Madison. Good luck. Whoa. All right. Okay, here comes your velvet. Hey, look who's here. It's the goblin. Yay! Okay, so here's the goblin, here's the cat, here's the eagle. Whoa, what a lineup. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything's fine. This is coming up for a very specific reason. You had a lapse. Like, you were doing so good, and then you just weren't, allegedly. Like, you kind of like, I'm saying it that way only because you didn't, but that's what it feels like happened to you. Like, you feel like you were doing really good in this area, and then you just like lost your shit, and now you're like, crap. Now I'm like 10 paces back, and like I'm never gonna make up the ground that I lost, and you're having feels and like whatever. But it's okay. Just deep breath. Deep breath on this one. This is, I don't want to say this is stressful, that's the wrong word. This has a bit of anxiety around it, because there was this feeling of like, oh God, why? That's what this sounds like. Why? But we'll get to that. Let's talk more about these two. Oh my God, Carrie says, how does it know I went back on Bumble? Oh, let's go back to these two. The cat's here, and this is a double boundary. So if you chose, this isn't a game, but like if you chose the first one, which was silk, and that had boundaries in it as well, this is also doubling down. So you're getting a double dose of like, can you firm up your fucking boundaries? Seriously, seriously. But the cat is asking you to remember how a cat is, and remember that that is what you are embodying now. Cat energy. Cat energy is worshipped and respected. Do you know why some people aren't cat people? Because cats just don't dote on you, right? Cats do whatever they want to do. They're very self-sufficient. There isn't a whole lot of training that goes into having a cat. Like, a cat is just a cat, and it's happy to be that way, and they're loving, amazing beings with their own personalities, their own boundaries, and you respect them for it. And in fact, you don't just respect them. What do you typically end up doing? My cat people, what do you typically end up doing with your cats, regardless of how absolutely ridiculous they can be sometimes? I'll answer it for you. You worship them. You give them anything that they want. You do all the things, right? And that is what's going to happen when you finally figure out how to embody this energy. Everyone is going to do exactly what you want, because that energy inspires worship. But for whatever reason, we just like cannot get the message on this one. But get the message on this one. Boundaries. For not 1 second must you accept behavior that you don't like. And sometimes you're going to need to walk into a room, see a shiny object, and smack it off the table just to see what happens. Right? I'm curious. How loud of a crash is that going to make? Is she going to scream? Trust me, you need this. Okay. The eagle is here to remind you that you are, in all of this feels very like right? Like, what the fuck? But this eagle energy is coming through to remind you that in all of this, you are divinely connected and you are guided. And there is a bigger plan that is enacting at this time that you may not be able to see necessarily, but it's there and it's working out and it's going to be okay. And I know we're all tired and like cranky. And again, maybe you do need to release a little bit of that energy and like make a small mess. It's fine, but you're going to be great. And we're going to be able to see so much more clearly once all of this like kerfuffle that's been raised, this chaos that we have right now, after it kind of settles down just a little bit, you'll be able to see more clearly. But in the meantime, keep your boundaries, have a little bit of fun where you can. And, like, yes, some things are really serious, but maybe try to laugh a little bit about the absurdity that is the human comedy at this time, right? Because it is wildly absurd. All right. So there you go. Happy Monday, friends. I'm off to do Sarah things. I love you. Thank you all for joining me this morning. I'm back on Friday. I'm back on Friday. Coffee and Magic is at 10. Make sure you're signed up for the email list. And for my coffee and coaching friends, my Normalized Magic members, I will see you Wednesday morning at 10. Remember, that's our new time, unless you tell me otherwise. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.